our kids, I have to let you know that they come from the place that have no bay, no roof. Many of them come from the trash area. They never know what is clean. They never know what is warm. They will never understand what is love, what is care from parents, no?
I'm a little bit embarrassed about something, and that's that I've lived here for almost 10 months and I really only just found out about this right now. Lily and I and my friend Ramsey and his wife from America, we've come out to a charity which looks after homeless and marginalised children, blind kids, kids with disabilities, kids with intellectual disabilities, and here they also care for many orphans, not just from Pattaya, but from all over Thailand. Today is going to be a real eye-opener. I don't know what to expect. And it also pulls at the heartstrings a little bit for me. My background in Australia, I did 15 years in child protection and working with homeless people and homeless children. Why I'm a little bit embarrassed is because when I left Australia, I was walking away from that. I moved to Pattaya, Thailand for a change of pace, and I ignored the fact that there are people here in need as well. So after 10 months of doing the beach thing, the expat thing, the drinking, the bars, I'm finally feeling strong enough to delve a little bit deeper into the social issues that are going on here in Pattaya and Thailand. Thank you. Say hi, Ramsey.
Hello, everyone.
This is Ramsey from Ramsey Travels. He has a YouTube channel as well. Ramsey's from the US. He lives in Thailand now with his Cuban wife. He approached me with this idea. I knew nothing about this. Ramsey's put his money forward and he's actually funding the food, the lunch for all these children today.
This in front. Come on, So welcome. So we're taking care about 850 people. What is your name?
My name is Tun Tun.
What is his name? Tun Tun. Right. Okay.
I am 8 years old.
Okay.
Some are the victims of abuse, neglect, or they've been abandoned. But many are here, not from a lack of love, but due to poverty. Parents just don't earn enough to provide their kids with enough of life's basics.
So in the 1970s, Father Ray Brennan, an American priest, started a church here in Pattaya. Thank you, Ramsey. The story goes one day a Thai lady arrived at his doorstep with her son, a baby, and said, I can no longer look after him, can you please mind him? Across the next 50 years, the foundation has expanded into something massive here in Pattaya. And they service babies, children and young people, not just from the Pattaya area, but people come from South Thailand, Northern Thailand to use this service. Today, the foundation cares for around 800 underprivileged children and students with disabilities. Children arrive here each morning from the poorest areas of the city to spend a day in a safe environment while their parents are at work. Alas, there are many kids who, at the end of the day, they have no place to go home to. So those kids, they live here permanently.
Today we're being shown around by two long-term residents here, Tun Tun and Ben.
We've got a few little videographers now.
Who are both only 8 years old.
YouTuber. How it feels to be in the camera?
This whole experience reminds me of the positive parts of my work back in Australia, like the really enriching, rewarding stuff. And it actually makes me forget about all the abuse and neglect and incest and pedophilia and all that stuff that I'd have to deal with, not every day, but a lot of days.
I would like to inform about our house for the Children Village. I was here 3 years ago as a volunteer. Yeah, and then the chairman of the foundation asked me to do full-time as a manager here, and I'm happy to be here.
So a volunteer became manager, that's awesome.
For example, if you have your neighbor, and your neighbor beat the kid, abuse them by physical, mental, or sexual abuse, and you are not okay with that, you call the police.
Yes.
The police will come to take care of them, and then they will bring the kids to the children home that belong to the government. So the kids can stay in that house, that home for 3 months.
อุ๊บลูกระวังลูก
ลื่นโอ้ไม่เป็นไรเจ็บ
Took a fall
ระวังนะไหมเจ็บครับโอเคไม่เป็นไรมากับพี่โจโจ้ไม่เป็นไรเดี๋ยวไปเช็ด
Took a fall, but in the mud, but he didn't cry.
dirty hand
ล้างเท้าสักหน่อย
อย่าวิ่ง
บอกแล้วเบนไม่เชื่ออย่าวิ่ง
One house is about 8 to 10 kids. No? We separate the kids in 4 levels.
4 levels?
Small boy, small girl, big boy, big girl. We have many houses and one house is about 8 to 10 kids.
Donations versus government funding. What percentage, if any, of government funding?
We get very few from the government. Normally we get from the people like you who come pass by and give us support.
Gotcha.
We allow them for surf the internet maximum 1 hour per day.
Only 1 hour a day, all right?
When they arrive here, we have to help them to learn how to fix themselves, like clean, how to keep things properly. They come surprised, oh, they are afraid to sleep on the bed because it looks so properly. We have to teach them, okay, you have your own bed, you have to wash your clothes and hang it properly, no? And the staff will help to iron.
Wow.
Like we have to teach them what is discipline, no? Because one day they have to grow up and stand by their leg.
So in 1986, the foundation formed a school for blind and visually impaired children.
Here, blind and visually impaired children come to receive an education. They learn to read and write using the Braille system, and they study maths using an abacus. They must learn to use a white cane at the earliest possible age, so as to become as independent as possible. For these young people living with blindness or a visual impairment, coming here means being a part of a community. They're no longer forgotten by society. But the foundation didn't just stop and rest on its laurels. In 2007, a young mother came to them for help. In her arms, she carried her young son. She did not know what condition her son had. All she knew was that he was different from other children. For many children living with autism, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, or an intellectual disability, there was no support. There was no facility where they could receive the therapy that they needed to improve their lives. There was no school they could attend where they could be educated, where they could gain knowledge and learn new skills according to their age and ability. There was no one who could give advice to the family or provide them with the support that they need. Today, the Father Ray School for Children with Special Needs offers physiotherapy, occupational therapy, age and ability appropriate education, sports and art therapy, vocational training and family support. In 2006, the Father Ray Foundation purchased a large piece of land here outside of Pattaya and changed the name to Father Ray's Children's Home. In 2008, they built the Children's Village here, and they can all live together here in one big community. So who was Father Ray Brennan, and how did he find himself doing these things in Pattaya in the 1970s? Father Ray was an American Catholic priest from Chicago. A year before his ordination, Ray was informed that he would be sent to Thailand, an idea that he was not super enthusiastic about. His first posting was to Sriracha. His next assignment was to Isan, the vast, flat, northeastern part of the country. After 10 years working in Thailand's northeast, Father Ray was assigned to the seaside fishing village of Pattaya, which was growing in size due to its popularity as an R&R destination for US soldiers fighting in the Vietnam War. After 1 year in Pattaya, something happened that would change the course of Father Ray's life forever.
Getting in, I pack my things to go
One day, a Thai woman approached him with a baby in her arms. She told him that the father of the baby, her former husband, had run away and she had since found a new husband. However, as was common in many cases in this era, the new husband would have nothing to do with that child. Father Ray said he would take the child, even though he did not have any experience taking care of children. When Father Ray accepted the child, he was not aware of how many lives this one action was going to change. During the Vietnam War, many children were born to Thai mothers and American fathers. Sometimes these children were not accepted by society. Many did not want a half-white or a half-black child in their families. Father Ray accepted these unwanted children and gave them a home. Father Ray became father to hundreds of orphan babies, neglected children, and abused teenagers. He became a hero to many people living with a disability. He gave them an education and the confidence to hold their heads high and be equals in society. When Father Ray died in 2003, Father Ray's funeral was in fact the biggest Pattaya had ever seen. His Majesty the King of Thailand sent representatives who presented a small case containing royal soil which was to be buried with Father Ray, the highest honour a person can receive.
So there are many opportunities to donate here to assist the foundation, and opportunities for volunteers, for expats living here and travellers just passing through. You can sponsor a child here. You can also do a one-off donation on the website of any amount. Anyone can pop in and visit the Welfare Centre, which is the head office in Pattaya, Maine. Hey!
Follow you for a while already.
But to visit like this and feed lunch, it has to be pre-arranged. And my American friend, Ramsey, he has very generously thrown down 6,000 baht to pay for the food for today.
And while the Father Ray Foundation may have started all the way back at the very end of the Vietnam War to accommodate the special needs of so many more young people in Thailand. And it's fascinating to find out which services take up the most amount of funding. 29% of their total costs goes to running the Disability College. The next most expensive operation after that is the School for the Blind. And not far down the road from here is Father Ray's Daycare Centre. Founded in 2008, each morning youngsters from the poorest areas of Pattaya arrive to spend the day in a safe environment while their parents go off to work. The centre provides all the children with breakfast on arrival, as many have no food at home, and they also receive lunch and snacks. Uniforms are provided free of charge, and a nurse visits once a month to check on the health of the toddlers. As part of our tour, we won't get to meet these kids today as they're on a different site down the road. The children are learning to socialise with other people, they are learning to read and write, and they are learning through play, all to prepare them for when they're old enough to begin government school. Father Ray's motto was, "I want all children to earn their own rice." Meeting Tun Tun, Little Ben and Mr JoJo was a heartwarming experience and something I recommend to anyone visiting Pattaya. If you enjoyed this short documentary and would like to hear about my Thai girlfriend Lily's own harrowing experience raising 3 orphan Thai boys, click on the next video, Treachery, Tragedy and Resilience, a rural Thailand story.